Built in the 517 is a podcast about the people who make our local business community what it is. In each episode, host Katrina Hofstetter sits down with business owners from across mid-Michigan to hear their stories, their challenges, and what it really takes to build something from the ground up. The show exists to spotlight local leaders, support small businesses, and strengthen the connections that keep our communities thriving. Here's your host, Katrina Hofstetter.
Welcome. I'm your host, Katrina Hofstetter, and this is Built in the 517, the podcast that brings stories that inspire you, encourage you, and introduce you to your next favorite local business. My guest today is Chad Jordan, owner of Cravings Gourmet Popcorn, and I just want to thank you for joining me.
I'm very happy to be here.
I know that you opened Cravings in 2007 at the Lansing City Market. I was not aware of that, and I feel like I should know a little bit more about Lansing City Market. So how did you get connected there, and how long were you at the market?
Yeah. So the market was such a beautiful place. It's really a shame that it's not here anymore. It really should have been preserved. But I also understand like the economics of the city and
Yeah.
how they could fix it all. But really, it should have been preserved. But I ended up at the Lansing City Market because when I first decided that I wanted to start a popcorn business, there was a couple there that owned a kettle corn business.
Okay.
And they were ready to retire. We had just kind of built a friendship over the years, and they knew that I was really interested in getting into the popcorn industry. So when they were ready to head down to Georgia, I bought a popcorn machine from them, a small caramel corn cooker, which is like a quarter of the size of the one that I have now, and like some small wares. And they taught me how to make kettle corn and a couple other things. But I mean, I started for $5,000. I put it on a credit card,
Hmm.
and that's how I got started.
Wow. How long were you at the market before you moved to Old Town?
Yeah, so I was at the market for a year and a half. So I started in the fall of 2007, and I closed at the city market the day after Christmas 2009.
Wow. Okay. And then did you go straight to Old Town from there? Because I know that
I
you had
did.
at least one other location.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after closing up at the city market, we moved to Old Town. We opened up in February. I remember it like it was yesterday. February 23rd, 2010. It was snowing so hard,
Hmm.
and we had built up some buzz about moving to Old Town. And I remember the day that we opened, like there was a line outside the store.
That's awesome.
So oh, this is gonna be great. I mean, it literally took 6 weeks in Old Town to equal all the sales that I had ever done at the city market.
Wow. That's
So
amazing. That's
like
like the community rallied.
community rally, but
Yeah.
like I just the city market was so limited,
Yeah.
right? Especially as a new business.
Hmm.
I think that people can love your business at the city at a farmer's market. They can love your business,
Hmm.
but I think they view your business differently when you have a storefront.
Absolutely. I'm kind of in that situation right now where I've built a business over 5 years out of my home. And uniquely being a law firm out of a home is, that's not very common, but we signed a lease today and we're moving into our first
Yay,
brick
that's
and
good.
mortar. And it really does say a lot. It says a lot about the business and helps with
Yeah,
credibility and not like I expect foot traffic, but for someone like you, that's a different ball game to have a storefront than at a farmer's market style
yes.
location. So
But now that you're moving into a storefront, an office for your
yep.
law firm, it's time to triple your rates.
Yeah. Maybe not triple, but yeah, it's a different world when you
Absolutely.
take on those responsibilities, and there's a lot more that goes into your image when you have a location like that. So
Yes.
it's been
Yeah.
an interesting journey the last couple of months. So I know a little bit from what you shared when you signed up for the podcast, but can you just share with the viewers what really inspired you to go into the popcorn business?
I really do love popcorn. When I tell this story, people are kind of surprised. Like, you know, you really do have to love popcorn to go into the popcorn. But like, I'm a nerd. I love marketing and advertising, and I love design. I love brand development
Hmm.
just as much as I love popcorn.
Okay.
So going into the popcorn or starting a popcorn business allowed me to do a lot of things that I absolutely love. That, if I was being honest, no employer would ever give me a job doing all those things that I love, because
Right.
not only did I not go to college for it, I have zero experience, right?
Sure. Yeah.
It's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
I do think somebody would hire me today, though. I think I've done all right.
Yeah. Definitely.
Right?
Um, you've got this motto tagline. I don't know what you would refer to it as, but you live by this. You've adopted it with your business. It's this live life crunchy.
Yeah.
We have to talk about this because I hear the word crunchy and I'm thinking like crunchy moms, and I don't think that's what we're talking about here.
It is
So,
absolutely what we're talking about.
is it really? Okay.
I swear.
Okay.
Okay. Live life crunchy. Obviously, we're trying to talk about crunchy popcorn.
Right.
But the truth of the matter is that the world that we live in today, everything is digital. Everything
Yeah.
is on your phone. And what we're really selling here is the idea that we need to get back to face-to-face communication,
Yeah.
third spaces,
Yes.
experiences with family and friends, less digital and more relational.
Yes.
So that is the crunchy lifestyle. It
Okay.
is absolutely about crunchy moms, crunchy kids, crunchy families.
Yeah.
It is all of that. It is 100% the spirit that you're putting out into the world. There's so much negativity. The truth of the matter is that regardless of what your beliefs are, we all want the same thing. That's what Live Life Crunchy is.
Okay. It's interesting that you bring up these third spaces. I recently had a guest on. It was the owner of the Homebrew Tabletop Lounge in
Oh, yes, Jeff.
Grand Ledge.
Yes.
And we talked a lot about how they wanted to create this third space for people in the community. And I'm curious, it's been a couple of months since I was in Old Town and in your shop. Do you envision that you will expand in a way where people will come and just hang out at the store, like and sit and eat popcorn? Or have you already done that?
We do not envision that.
Okay.
But what I do envision, it's so funny. Probably shouldn't say this on the podcast, but like in my notebook here is a note to talk to Jeff at Homebrew,
Oh, that's funny.
because I would love to do a co-branded event, i.e.
Yeah.
Euchre Night,
Mm-hmm.
hosted by Homebrew and prizes by Cravings Popcorn,
Yeah.
promoting third space activities for people to gather, because that's on brand for being crunchy,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So we want to do more collaborations that are about third spaces,
Yeah.
people gathering, developing new friendships, and meeting new people. I think people are desperate for that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. And I think that even our kids are, I know that they have the draw and maybe even the addiction to the screens and all of those things. But when I make my kids shut it down and go outside and play, they're so happy. They crave that so much. So I love the idea of collaborating. I think you guys already collaborate, right? They offer cravings
Yes.
at the lounge. So,
Yes.
but I think that's such a cool idea to take it a step further and collaborate on events. I love that.
Yeah, yeah. And there's other businesses that we're looking to do things with,
Mhm.
to collaborate with. And I'm trying to develop those opportunities, as we've created this Live Life Crunchy concept, which has really taken off better than I expected.
Right.
I wasn't sure that people would really get it, but I mean, you got it.
Yeah. It was the first thing I thought of. Yeah.
People get it, and I think people want more of it.
Yeah. So how would you encourage other business owners, even if they're not in that retail space, they're not providing a product necessarily, maybe me, I provide a service. How would you see other businesses incorporating in that live life crunchy for their businesses?
I think that it's one of those things where what we really want is human connection.
Mm-hmm.
And the question is, for example, you're doing a podcast. That is a human connection.
Mm-hmm.
We need more of those non-AI type things.
Yep.
We need more of those non-manufactured type things.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that any business owner can create those opportunities or situations where they're bringing in people that may not, on the surface, they may not be related.
Yeah.
But deep down at the core,
yep.
We're all related. And so there's a reason for us to all get together. So I just think that if you can just create that messaging behind whatever brand that you do, whether it is as an attorney or, I mean, accountants can do the same thing.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. If you have the ability to bring people together, I think it will help your business.
Okay. I think that's a great idea. And now my wheels are turning and I'm thinking of ways to bring in and collaborate with other businesses that maybe have nothing to do with me, but we are advertising or marketing, or we're seeking the same thing. We have the same kind of values. So I'll be interested to maybe connect with you in a month or so. And I'll be like, this is what I thought of. And it was from you.
Yeah. It's funny. I have an idea that I've been wanting to execute for about the last 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
And I want to get involved. I wanted to get other businesses involved in it because I just don't have the bandwidth or time to do it all myself.
Sure.
But what I really want to do, and this really has nothing to do with popcorn, but it does.
It's okay.
There's a parking lot here in Old Town, and I want to know if somebody can throw a paper airplane across the parking lot.
Okay.
That's so odd. It's so random. But could you imagine a collaboration with, let's just say, Impression 5, Cravings Popcorn, paper airplane contest.
Yeah.
Everybody that gets it over a certain threshold gets a certain prize.
Yeah.
That would be just fun. It's so few moving parts. It's uncomplicated.
Yeah.
Everybody can make a paper airplane. Girls, boys, it doesn't
all
matter.
Ages. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the parking lot there where Sweet Custom Jewelry is at, and it like spans behind it?
No, there's a parking lot where there's it's across from the OTCA office, across from Meat. There's a parking lot near Good Marketing, which is down in the pit.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So you could stand at the top and throw it across.
Make it happen.
I know. I do need to make it happen.
One of the comments that you made when you signed up for the podcast, you talked about being nerdy and really loving marketing and advertising, and that a lot of your ideas are actually fueled by popcorn. And I'm just curious, what's an example of that?
Of an idea fueled by popcorn?
Yeah. One of your marketing or advertising ideas.
I mean, the latest one we did was we made a Carolina Reaper cheddar cheese popcorn. This was 2 weeks ago at our open house. So we put on an open house. We called it Discovery Day.
Okay.
We called it Discovery Day because we're talking live life crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
Go out and discover the world. We could have just said it's the Cravings Popcorn Open House.
Right.
It's Discovery Day. And we made a super hot Carolina Reaper cheddar cheese popcorn. And I named it the Devil's Cheddar.
Okay.
It's kind of out there, right?
Yeah.
I changed our logo to put devil
Horns
horns
on your head. Yep.
on my head.
Yep.
And we sold out of it in under 90 minutes.
Wow.
It was fun, right?
Yeah.
I'm not taking myself too seriously here.
Right.
It's just fun. And that's part of the I think the charm and marketing of it is that
Yeah.
it's just fun. We're supposed to be having fun.
Yeah. I love your marketing, specifically I guess you'd call it maybe the avatar, like the little cartoon version of you, and how you swap things out, like the devil ears, or I think I saw maybe a graduation cap at one point.
Yes.
So did you always have that even back in 2007, or did that come later?
No, it came much later.
Okay.
No, yeah, yeah. So I will say the first time we had a cartoon logo, a cartoon mascot was during the pandemic
Okay.
or during the pandemic, I forget. And if you remember, like it's like a bald version of me because I never had hair before,
Okay. I think I
right?
do remember that. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And so
Okay.
then after I started growing my hair out, everyone was like, you gotta change your
Okay.
mascot. And so I changed the mascot and it really took off. But yeah, the oldest actually iteration of a person or personified logo was we used to have one, I want to say around 2011,
Okay.
but it was more like a line stick figure drawing that
Okay.
was inspired by an employee that I had named Gina back in the day. And I mean, I don't think anybody really realized that it was inspired by them, but yeah, I mean, I really love like cartoon mascots. I
Okay.
I, I love that kind of stuff.
And I feel like it goes really well with your brand, with your product, and it definitely makes it more fun. So it is right on point.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be fun. We're supposed to be enjoying our lives and having a good time.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit more about your products. You obviously sell popcorn. What would you say is or are some of your most popular flavors?
Sure. So we're really different than a lot of popcorn companies. We emphasize caramel popcorn and cheese popcorn.
Yep.
All right. What really makes us different is that most popcorn shops will have 50 or 60 flavors,
Mm-hmm.
right? We have 20.
Yep.
Okay. So like we've got three different kinds of caramel corn. We have three different kinds of cheddar cheese. We have six different kinds of white cheddar. We make most of our own seasoning blends and mixes. We air pop the popcorn and like it's different. It's different.
Right.
Our real goal is to make delicious popcorn with as few ingredients as possible.
Okay.
We do our best. It's not
Yeah.
always possible, but
Right.
we do our best, right? So like original caramel, that was the first caramel recipe that we ever made. We have a Mexican vanilla caramel, which actually went
Mhm.
viral on TikTok in 2023.
Wow.
And then we have a Mackinac Island caramel, which is inspired by Mackinac Island caramel corn.
Yeah.
Um, so those are like our core caramel corn mixes, and then we have white cheddar cheese. Like we have like three flavors of white cheddar cheese, but then we made a white cheddar parmesan in three different recipes. And so
Wow.
the white cheddar parmesan has white cheddar, parmesan, and Romano cheeses,
Okay.
and then our special seasoning blend. So it's like a richer version of white cheddar.
Okay. Who comes up with all these flavors?
Usually it's myself or my team. I mean, we get a lot of inspiration from customers,
Okay.
um, but we also get inspiration from like big brands. Like early on, I learned shop the snack food aisle.
Okay.
Just take a picture of the back of the bag
Hmm.
and reverse engineer what the ingredients are.
Right.
Take out all the long words you can't pronounce.
Yep.
Take out all the stuff that you have no idea what it is, and just stick to the nuts and bolts of what is
Right.
the essence of that flavor. And
Hmm.
that's how I have really always done it.
Okay. Are there any new flavors in the works? Anything fun coming?
We do have some fun coming.
Okay.
We're actually working on a Hatch green chili cheddar cheese.
Oh, okay.
It's got a little onion, paprika kick to it, little
Okay.
sweetness. Yeah, we always have stuff in the works.
That's fun. Other than popcorn, what are some of the other products that you guys sell?
Yeah. So we have a lot of candy in our store.
Okay.
So we have like a lot of gummies, and we have these retro mints like in a little can. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you remember
Yep.
those from the 80s. Oh, they're
Yep.
back. So we have
Okay.
stuff like that, like movie theater box candy. We have a lot of that kind of stuff. We sell glass bottle soda pop in our store.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but other than that, other services that we have are like our fundraising program.
Okay.
So you can sell Cravings popcorn in a fundraiser. We Some of our vendors that we do work with are Mr. Leslie's Cheesecakes, which
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have him on your podcast yet, you need to have him on your podcast.
I He's been invited. I'll put that out
Okay,
there.
okay.
We're
And then
working
we
on it.
also have, yeah, and then we also have 517 Coffee in our
Yep.
fundraiser.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we have our fundraising program, and we also do like specialty bags for weddings or
Yep.
corporate events. Yeah, there's a lot of things.
Yeah. We have pretty consistently gotten like your little swag bag. I don't know if that's what you still call it, but
That's what we call them. Yeah,
for our like the gift baskets we give out at Christmas time for the people that send us clients, and they love it. It's like the perfect amount. And it's just a great option to throw in like a Christmas gift basket. So
sure,
yeah.
sure.
Is there anything, either product or service, that you guys offer that you don't think the community knows about?
That's a good question. That's okay. It's sort of a loaded question.
Yeah.
I say that because I always feel like I think every business owner feels like they should be selling more.
Sure.
And I sometimes wonder if, like, why people don't know that we sell fill in the blank item. So why
Sure.
don't more businesses or people know that we sell graduation swag bags with a
Yeah.
picture of their graduate on the bag, right?
Right.
Why don't more businesses know that we sell flavors with their logos on the bags? That kind of a
Yeah.
thing. Um, I know that like it's not a secret. We've been doing this almost 20 years. You should know by now,
Right.
right? So yeah, there aren't any really secret items that are out
Okay.
there.
Okay. I want to pivot a little bit. We've talked kind of about how you started, products and services, some of that inspiration. I want to talk about just the business side of things, you being a business owner, what that journey has looked like, and just start with, what would you say you've loved the most about owning this business, other than
Mm.
you love popcorn?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things that I really love about owning the business. Years ago, when my kids were younger, I loved the ability to go to all of their sports,
Yes.
all of their parent teacher conferences, their doctor's
Yeah.
appointments, all of that kind of stuff. I always had time for that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
I love meeting people, and I love like the repeat customers, but seeing the same people year after year after year. I
Yeah.
love that aspect of it. My closest friends know that I hate networking.
Okay.
I despise networking, but I love relationships. And I think that's why I don't like networking because it feels like speed dating,
Yeah.
right? So like I'm really into genuine relationships.
Mhm.
I'll tell you something else though that I really love about the business is when adults come into my store and the first time they had my popcorn, they were 4 or 5 years old, and
Yeah.
the parents would bring them in.
Hmm.
I love that kind of stuff. I just think it's so cool.
That is. Yeah. It's interesting that you bring up networking being like speed dating. Um, I was going to ask you about networking. And so clearly the answer is you don't really like to network. And I feel like there's a lot of push out there that you have to network, you have to build those connections, and that's the way to do it. And that networking is supposed to look a certain way. I networked hard my first couple of years. It was, that's how I thought I was supposed to do it. And then there was growth. So I didn't have as much time to network. And then I really took off, I would say most of 2025 and didn't network because I didn't have time for it. But I also didn't feel like I was getting a whole lot out of it. It really is kind of like speed dating. Regardless of the size of the group that you're with, you're all going to go around and talk about yourself, and you're not going to get time to get to really know that person or those people. And it felt a little stale. And so and I didn't have the time for it. So I stepped back. And then once things settled down and I had a new assistant and I was able to just kind of get my feet under me again, that's when I decided to reboot the podcast for season 2. Because if you and I met at a networking event, we would have had 2 minutes to chat. I would not walk
Exactly.
away from it feeling like I know Chad. It just wouldn't happen like that. Um,
The other thing that would happen,
what?
you would, we would introduce each other or ourselves to each other, and you would say, "So how did you get in the popcorn business?"
Right.
And I would say, "This story again,"
Yeah.
and then I would give you the 15-second version of it,
Yes.
which is a to me boring and not a good impression at a networking event.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like for people that don't know me, yes, I understand and I get it. It's just not sincere to me.
Mm-mm. No.
I always attract the wrong people at networking.
Okay.
I like no, this is not a slam on financial planners and insurance people, but I go networking. Now everybody wants to have a meeting with me.
Sure.
I'm not with it. For a while, I would take popcorn with me networking, and people love getting popcorn. But I also felt like I'm trying to sell you something.
Right.
Shouldn't be selling you something the first time I meet you.
Right.
Like this is about relationships.
Yep.
So yes, my thing about networking is it just feels so impersonal to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think that, I mean, you don't have enough time to build up a relationship where you can be authentic, where you can feel comfortable and really feel like you're going to get to know that person. And you may not vibe, but it could take 10 little 2-minute meetings before you even figure that out. And then you realize I've invested all
Yeah.
of this time. We're not going anywhere.
Yes.
It's real hard to find the right type of group. If you're going to network in some way, it's really hard to find a group of people that have the same values as you, who you can build relationships with outside of those little meetings, those big groups, the BNIs. It's tough. I don't think it's for everyone.
It's
Yeah.
not for me. I know that.
No.
I'm supposed to go to a networking meeting on Tuesday,
You're
and
not
I don't know
happy
why.
about it.
I'm not. I'm happy about the margaritas,
Oh,
but I don't have a designated driver either. So
you know what? Send me the address I'll take a margarita, but then, well, we could get an Uber, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Um, yeah, I think that there's a better way to do it. There's a better way to
Yeah,
network and build those relationships. Um, and also for me, the relationships that I want to build with other business owners or just other, they don't have to be a business owner, but other service providers. Part of it is because I might want to send my client to you. I want to know
right.
you. I want to know what type of person I'm kind of vouching for and telling my client, hey, go use this person, go here to get popcorn, go here to get insurance, whatever that looks like. And so I don't want that to be surface level. It
Right.
needs to be more. Yeah.
The other part to it is that I would prefer to have a customer for years rather than just a one-off.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I will take a one-off, but
Right.
but I just think that there's more value and maybe we're more helpful towards each
Yeah.
other when we have um, years under our belt.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. I know that it's all fun. We want to have fun with it. Like you've said, it's all about, um, enjoying what we're doing and getting those benefits. And I love being able to go to my kids' things and spend time with them, but it's not all good. And I've faced my own hurdles along the way.
Yeah.
Is there anything that comes to mind for you? Any for hurdle that you've faced over the last, 19 years that you could share about that might help someone who's kind of on the beginning part of their journey right now?
Mm. Gosh, I mean, there's lots of hurdles. I mean, there are financial hurdles.
Mhm.
Your dreams are bigger than your finances.
Yep.
I mean, we bootstrapped it in the beginning. I would say that, like, in a lot of ways, not having the financial backing that I wanted, not having that in the beginning probably helped me a lot.
Okay.
But it definitely was a hurdle because it makes you find solutions,
Hmm.
but it also it's also kind of painful because you can't actually do what your vision is.
Right.
So, and I can't really give a specific example, but in the beginning, well, I'll give you a specific example. In the beginning, I wanted the fancy heated cabinets to display the popcorn and the
Yep.
stainless steel and the bigger caramel corn machine. I didn't get any of that in the beginning,
Right.
and probably in a way it was probably healthy that I did it. But almost 20 years ago, you couldn't have told me that it was going to be
Yeah.
better. So I just think that, like, a lot of the things that are challenges are really just opportunities for us to be more creative and
Yeah.
find different solutions.
Yeah.
It-
Absolutely.
it's almost like it's almost like a gift in a way. It's not going to feel like it in the moment.
No, no. And I think some of that is patience too, like being willing to wait for the right timing for something like a, a better display case or a different caramel corn, whatever type of machine, and working toward that goal, working toward, maybe expanding or getting something newer. I'm not a very patient person. So I probably would have very much struggled in that situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's an interesting perspective. Do you feel like where you're at right now, even though you're not doing networking, do you feel like there are ways that you still need support as a business owner?
Support in what type of way?
Well, a lot of people look at networking as a way of kind of supporting their business from a referral perspective, as well as having what they see as these relationships that help them. And if somebody is solo like myself, you don't necessarily have other people that are like-minded that you're with all the time. And so many people will look at networking as a source of that support. And I'm just curious, when you're struggling as a business owner, when you're maybe trying to make decisions, something big, where do you turn for like who are you leaning on? Who do you have in your corner?
All right, this is really good. I talk about this a lot with my friend Paul Schmidt at Uno Deuce.
I love Paul.
Paul's great.
Yes.
Okay. But I've been talking about this for a good 10 years.
Okay.
Entrepreneur Island.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I live on.
Yep.
I live on this tropical place. Sometimes the coconuts are plentiful. Sometimes the breeze off the ocean is perfect.
Yep.
And other times there are hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the wind blows all the coconuts off the trees and into the water down into the valley.
Yep.
And it's harder,
Mm-hmm.
right? But Entrepreneur Island, it's only me.
Right.
It's only me. I would love to have a C-suite.
Sure.
The only C-suite I have is Chad. The C-suite, the
Right.
ultimate C-suite. And but the truth is that I have really learned how to look inward at why I'm not getting the result that I'm truly desiring.
Sure.
And I do a lot of writing and journaling about what I want and what I need and how to do it. And I have come to realize, especially in the past year, that most of my challenges are within myself.
Interesting. Okay.
And I'd say about 2 years ago, I was cleaning my office and I have this stack of legal pads and spiral notebooks. And I open them up and I open up the next one and I open up the next one. And you know what? They all say similar things. It's similar business plans, similar
Sure.
ideas over and over and over again, similar pep talks over and over and over again. It truly is, if you are introspective and truthful to yourself, the answers are generally inside of you.
That's an interesting perspective. So you've got Paul and is enticing to have the C-suite, but you sound very happy for the most part on that entrepreneur island.
Know if I would say I'm happy most of the time. There are times where I definitely would love to have the help.
Sure.
The help's not coming.
Right.
And I guess I've just developed this muscle
Sure.
where I look inward to figure out what the answer is.
Okay.
Because the truth is that help is not coming. Now that doesn't mean that I don't talk to Paul and say I need help with X, Y, and Z. What would you do?
Yeah.
But the circle. Does one person make a circle? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't have a huge circle, a ring of people
Right.
that I can go to. I have a small circle. At any one time, it may be 3 to 4 people. Maybe 4 people's pushing it.
Right. What about just the Old Town community in general and the other business owners? Do you feel like, do you get anything from any type of networking or collaboration? What is it like having a kind of unique business community like that? Is that are you getting benefit out of that?
There are business owners that I talk to um, regularly or semi-regularly. We'll talk about our problems or things that we're going through.
Sure.
Uh, but we don't necessarily have like a formal business networking
Okay.
group that talks about those sort of things.
Okay.
There may be like project-based conversations or
Sure.
things of that nature, water cooler like conversations. But
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there is one and I haven't been invited, but I don't really think that there is.
Okay.
We used to have one back in the day, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you find that being in a community like Old Town, and I know, Rio Town has its own kind of unique space and businesses, do you find that that has added value for you as a business owner because there is just a general draw to bring people into Old Town?
Yes,
Okay.
it's great. Old Town specifically, I can say because of experience in other places
Right.
that that the synergy between business owners, the type of businesses that are down here, it really does feed my entrepreneurial spirit.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me something to strive to be as good as their businesses. There are
Sure.
businesses down here where I'm like, man, that's a dynamite business. I want to be as good as them, or I want to strive to have the quality that they have or the longevity. I feed off of that a lot. And I just think it's the quality of the business owners that are down here that really give me that inspiration.
Yeah. Is there any business or business owner in particular that you want to maybe give a shout out to that has been a big inspiration for you?
I'm huge fans of Odd Nod,
Okay.
the art supply.
Yep.
I love Odd Nod. I think that they're really good people. I love Glow. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good businesses down here.
Yeah. Couple more questions before we close out. I know that you did have other locations and then you scaled back around the pandemic. Are there any future plans to add additional locations back in, or are you real comfortable, real happy with just Old Town?
I don't have any plans of expansion into other locations
Okay.
unless somebody made me an offer that I couldn't refuse
Okay.
and were willing to invest in that.
Sure.
But I've experienced having multiple locations. It would take very special circumstances for me to have another location.
Okay. Is there anything that we haven't talked about that is just like got you fired up about business ownership or about popcorn that you want to share today?
I mean, the most fired up thing that I'm excited about is Live Life Crunchy.
Thank you again for joining me. I know that it's not always easy to take time away from running the business and doing things with family. So I really appreciate you taking time to sit with me today.
Thanks for inviting me. I've had a lot of fun today.
Good. If you're watching and you'd like to be a guest on the podcast or you want to nominate another business, you can email Beth at cornerstonelegalpllc.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Built in the 517. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel today and support local businesses in the 517 and hear more inspiring stories.